Hi, welcome to RiverReport, our submission in the Colorado River Basin Data Visualization Challenge. This particular submission is focused on the public river user, someone who's desiring relevant information for planning a near-time visit to the Colorado River. And the Colorado River offers a variety of recreational activities, and there's lots of information available in places like the Water Reclamation Information System to help someone plan that visit. But actually it takes users a lot of time, and they require expertise to be able to identify the right data, find it, and help them plan for their particular activity. What RiverReport does is it makes that planning a snap. It's going to help users for their particular activity answer a couple questions, such as, what are the conditions at one stream site for the activity that I'm going to be interested in, be it rafting or fishing? Which even conditions should I be considering? So if I'm not an experienced fisherman, of all the data points available, which are the ones that I should be looking at? And then once I sort of know what I want to do, I can compare one stream site to another to see what's the best place on the river to engage in that activity. Let's take a look at how this works. The first thing RiverReport does is it asks users to enter a plain language question. And the reason it does that is there's a lot of UX research that shows that by putting things in plain language, it makes complex data more approachable to people. So we ask a user to select an activity. In this case, in our prototype, we have two activities, whitewater rafting and fishing. But as you'll see, this is really an extendable platform, and it can support any number of activities and any number of potential data points. And we'll look at that a little bit down the road as we get into the back end of the system. But for the first use case, I'm going to say I'm interested in fishing. And what's being built for me is my hashed URL, and that's great because if I wanted to have a site that just automatically links people to fishing data or a particular location, that can all be done really easily. So as I build my question, not only am I interested in fishing, I'm interested in fishing in a particular place on the river, such as the Colorado River near the Utah state line. And I enter that. And what's going to happen is there's a middle layer that layers between RiverReport and the data that lives in the Water Reclamation Information System. And that middle layer says for a particular activity, go and fetch these data points which are relevant to it. So for the case of fishing, it's going to bring back weather data for me. And it's also going to, in our prototype, bring back two data points. As we said, this could support any number. And for this fisherman case, it's got water temperature and stream gauge height. It's got the current numbers, and it also shows me a little bit of trend data, how things are looking in the last 24 hours, and how things are trending in the last week. I'm able to take that information. I could share with my friends and family. I could print it out and take it with me. Or I could also do a comparison to another location. So for this comparison, let's change from fishing to whitewater rafting. And so now that data is all reloaded. And you notice now we're looking at stream flow rate and stream gauge height. So I'm looking at different data because for whitewater rafting, there's different data points I should be paying attention to than fishing. And I want to compare that to another location. Let's say the Blue River below Dillon. So now I'm getting my customized report for my whitewater river activity, and I'm seeing a side-by-side comparison of two different stream sites and how they compare for that particular activity. Stream gauge height and stream flow rate. And that's really the simplicity of the platform. For the user, really easy to go in there, look at a couple of data points and for their activity, and help make those determinations for them what they should be paying attention to so they can spend their time planning for the fun that they're going to be having. Let's take a minute and look at the back end, the part that powers this. And this is really where the application is so extendable. What we've done is we built a Google Fusion table that layers between Water Reclamation Information System data and RiverReport. So it's a really simple tool for the experts, the administrators of the platform, to be helping users determine what they should be looking at. So in this case, as I said in the prototype, there's two activities, whitewater rafting and fishing, and for each of them we're looking at two particular indicators of data. But we could just simply add a new row. And so now for fishing, we're going to add a third data point, and we're going to enter the indicator name that matches with the data in the WRIS. So in this case, we're going to add stream flow, which was previously available for whitewater rafting, but not for fishermen. And then I save that data. Now if I go back to my RiverReport, and I'm going to reload the application. So now if I was to look at fishing, I'll notice there's now 3 data points. So it's pulling in the water temperature from WRIS and the stream gauge height like it was before, but now we're also pulling in stream flow. What it does is it's going to really help the administrators make the determination of which data should somebody be looking at. So that's not put into the hands of the user. That's already done for them. So that's our product. We think it's got a lot of potential. As we mentioned, this could support any number of activities, and there's a lot of activities available on the river. And for each of those, support any data that's available in WRIS or even new data as it comes along in the future. Thank you for your time and your consideration.